हाय गाइस, वेलकम टू इंग्लिश विद डॉक्टर कामरान सूफी। आज हम बात करने जा रहे हैं आइल्स राइटिंग टास्क 2 की स्टेटमेंट्स के बारे में। आपको 5 किस्म की स्टेटमेंट्स का सामना करना पड़ता है। एक स्टेटमेंट वो जिसमें राइटर का ओपिनियन दिया गया है वाज़े तौर पे, इसको हम कहते हैं सिंगल साइडेड स्टेटमेंट। We need to understand the kind of statement in order to clarify that what type of data we are supposed to produce. अगर तो ऐसी स्टेटमेंट जिसमें एग्जामिनर ने अपना ओपिनियन दिया है और वो ओपिनियन वाइड स्प्रेड है, तो इसका मतलब है हमने उस ओपिनियन को सपोर्ट करना है। जस्ट लाइक यहाँ पे एक स्टेटमेंट है कि हाउ इज योर जनरेशन डिफरेंट फ्रॉम योर पेरेंट्स जनरेशन, prove it with logics and examples। ये बात बिल्कुल ट्रू है कि हमारी जनरेशन और हमारे पेरेंट्स की जनरेशन में फर्क है, और ये जो फर्क है इसको साबित करने के लिए हमें आर्ग्यू करना है इस क्वेश्चन में। लेकिन इसमें ऐसा ओपिनियन है कि हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि फर्क नहीं है। Of course there is a difference, so we can prove it by giving some examples, by giving certain factors of technological aspects, like the way we use technology, it was not used by our parents, or the way we get treated in the hospitals. The doctors are facilitated with lot of machinery in order to diagnose the things, diagnose the diseases, and check the patients. These sort of facilities were not enjoyed by our parents, or the way of transportations or means of communications. They are not enjoyed by our parents, but we do enjoy. So we can prove this gap very easily. So it means this is a kind of statement in which an opinion is posed which is commonly accepted in the society. But there can be another type of statement in which the examiner poses two sides of any issue. For example, if I say that some people think that they can learn a foreign language in their native country without moving to a foreign country. On the other hand, some people believe that if you want to learn a foreign language, the candidate should move abroad. For example, if someone wants to learn English language, so he should go to an English country so that he can learn English in a better way. So now in this statement, there are two opinions. Either learning a language, a foreign language, is better in candidate's own country in which he lives and his mother tongue is different and target language is different. On the other hand, the candidate has to move abroad. Now the question is, what is the opinion of the candidate? It means this is a type of statement in which the examiner provides two sides of any issue. Issue is how to learn a foreign language, and one side is shown that by living in learner's own country or going to a foreign country where the foreign language is being used. So here the candidate has to choose one opinion strongly. The candidate can make up mind that this opinion is better as compared to the opposite side. So if someone believes that learning a foreign language is better in learner's own country, so the logics can be just like learning a foreign language in learner's own country is better because learner would have a lot of help from the teachers who already know the mother tongue of the learner, so they can easily guide and can provide the information in the right way. On the other hand, if a foreign country where the foreign language is spoken and candidate goes there, so it would be a matter of expense. He would spend a lot of money in the form of ticket and travel, but living in his own country there would not be a lot of charges, right? So in this way the candidate is going to respond. But on the other hand, if a candidate chooses the other side, like says that I firmly believe that a foreign language can be learned in a better way in that country where that foreign language is spoken. So the logics can be in him that he can say that a foreign language can be improved better by exactly adopting what the way pronunciation is being done by the foreigners. As he can give the example, like people who learn English language in their own country, like where the English is not spoken commonly, like in Pakistan, it takes a lot of time for the people to improve their language, and the exact pronunciation has a big issue. Like they start pronouncing the words as it is read. They don't pronounce the words as it is spoken by the English people. And the problem is that they are not used to listening. They are not used to listening to a language which is spoken by the foreigner, like English people. So that is a big issue. So this is a kind of second statement. Let's talk about the third type of statement. Third type of statement is that which I always refer to multi-question based statement. It means that in single-sided topic, in single-sided statement, there is only one issue, and that issue is having one side. On the other hand, in double-sided, which again there is one issue, but it should be solved by two different methods. But multi-question statement is a statement in which there are more than one issues. It means more than one questions. Just like if we make a statement, many news editors decide what to write down in the newspapers or what to broadcast in their channels according to their choice. The question is, what factors can influence their decisions? The second question is the bad news is very much popular in your country? What if more good news were reported? So it means there are three questions. First question is about the factors which influence the decisions of the news editors. And the second question is about what about the general observation of the society regarding the bad news? And the third question is what could be the advantages of having good news in the news channels and the newspapers? So it means factors influencing the decisions of the news editors regarding publishing any news in their newspapers or broadcast their channels. So that is a separate question. So examiner has a very clear demand about those factors. So the candidate has to first of all address this question. But it is not the whole statement. Another question is also attached. So afterwards, the candidate also has to respond to the other question. So when there are multiple questions in one statement, so the candidate has to be very careful that all the questions which are present in the statement must be addressed in the essay. If someone question is missed, so it means the task is not completely fulfilled. So there is the need of management of all the questions along with the time which is provided to the candidate. Right. Another statement which can appear in IELTS writing task 2, that is cause and effect relationship. Like because of something, what could be the effects? So the candidate has to argue that there is a certain thing which can have different effects. For example, because of overweight of the people, what could be the harmful effects of overweight on the life of the people? How the life is changed and what are the sufferings of the people because of overweight? So when it causes overweight and the effects are demanded by the examiner. So this is a cause and effect kind of statement. Sometimes there is a statement which is statement number 5. It can be asked that what could be the solutions of certain effects. For example, there are effects of climate change, that is a global warming, and because of global warming, climate change is there, and many people around the world are suffering from climate change. The question can be, how can we minimize the effects of climate change by doing certain strategies, by adopting certain policies or steps which can reduce the effects of climate change. Like, there would be certain methods through which the global warming can be reduced. Just like we know that the greenhouse gas emissions are the great cause of global warming. They can be stopped. In the traffic, we can minimize by providing better and comfortable services by the government in the bigger cities, so that the people won't drive their own cars. On the roads, number of vehicles can be reduced in this way if the government service is also provided for the commuters from their houses to their job places. So in this way, there would be less emission of the greenhouse effect. There can be another solution if we use the vehicles which are electric vehicles, so that the smoke produced by diesel or gasoline or petroleum products in the form of fuel, the effect always appears in the form of greenhouse gas emissions. We can reduce them by applying certain policies. So you have observed that the solutions are presented by the candidate. So overall, we have discussed up till now the 5 different types of statements can appear in IELTS writing task 2, in which the first one is single-sided issue, second is double-sided issue, the third is multi-question based statement, the fourth is cause and effects list statement, and the fifth one is causes, effects, and the solutions. So that is the combination which can appear in IELTS writing task 2. I hope you now very well aware about the sort of statements, and while giving your response, you should know the demands, because if the statement is not properly understood by the candidate, of course, response cannot be produced in a proper way. So understand the statement first, take 2-3 minutes, read the statement 2 to 3 times. I always suggest my students to read the statement in parts, like how many portions are present in the statements. After understanding the parts of the statement, try to bring a proper connection so that your paragraphing in the body of essay would be very much accurate. In the essay, always there are 3 parts: introduction and the body and the conclusion. Introduction carries the discussion about the statement and the issue, so that the reader, here the examiner, would understand that what is going to come next. And the body paragraphs, there could be 3 or 4 body paragraphs which actually show the development of your essay. And when the development of is done, you have to give the final paragraph in which you have the reflection of all aspects which you have discussed in your essay. And that is the conclusion portion. Here in conclusion, you should not mention any new logic or new factor, because new logic or new factor or reasoning, that is the part of body. So in conclusion, it doesn't show that something new is coming. Conclusion is the wrap up or the winding up of whatever has been discussed in the whole essay in the body. So that's all. I hope now you understand what are the statements and how to put them content-wise into the paragraphing. In the next video of IELTS writing task 2, I would help you out that how to make the statements in the paragraphs step by step. And we will also discuss the kind of sentences which can be used in order to make a good impression for the examiners. That's all at the moment. If you like this video, subscribe my channel, like it and follow it so that you can get more and more videos which are helpful for you. Thank you.